He's witty, he's accurate, and always on the level. Entertaining education from one smart devil.
Hi everyone, this is One Smart Devil, where we talk about all sorts of things that are juicy, like the lies you've been told, the untruths. What's the difference between a lie and an untruth? Anyway, you've been told a lot of stuff that you haven't been told the truth. That's what I'm here for. Today's lesson, we're going to talk about something in history. But devil, history is so boring. I'm going to go watch one of those cute kitten videos. No, you're not. You're staying right here. Okay, listen. Imagine if I proposed a holiday named after Jeffrey Dahmer or Ted Bundy. For those of you just waking up from American Idol, those were American serial killers. Stay on top. We're going to talk about Christopher Columbus today. We already have a holiday named after him. We don't need one named after Dahmer or Bundy. Okay, so what was so bad about Christopher Columbus? I'm so glad you asked. In the United States, people talk about Christopher Columbus discovering America. I'm sorry, he didn't discover anything. He discovered America. How do you discover something when people are already living there? That's like me walking down the street and discovering your really nice 1975 hideously ugly AMC Pacer sitting in your driveway. Why would anybody drive such a car? The truth is, Christopher Columbus never even set foot in the continental United States. As a matter of fact, he probably wasn't even the first white European to come over here. Now, some of the information that we have about Christopher Columbus come from his own journals. When he arrived in the Bahamas to start with, he was greeted by people that he considered extremely friendly. They were the Arawak natives. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. No, he's right. It's pronounced natives. Now, they were so friendly, they didn't even know anything about violence. They didn't know anything about war. They didn't have any weapons. They didn't even know what a sword was. Okay, so how did Christopher Columbus greet them? What did he say about them in his journals? What was his first mindset? Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm glad you asked. He said, they would make fine servants. With 50 men, we could subjugate them all and make them do whatever we want. Bottom line is, Columbus was after something. Gold! Columbus and his men ordered the natives, whom he had seen had a certain amount of gold, and he told them to go out and find more gold for them. And if they didn't, they had their arms cut off. No joke. Now, Columbus spent a lot of his time initially in Hispaniola. This is the island that we call today Haiti and the Dominican Republic. They share the same island, of course. I'm sure you already knew that from your geography class in 11th grade. It has been estimated by historians that approximately 300,000 people lived on these islands before Columbus got there, before they brought the gifts of diseases and swords. And oh yeah, did I mention slavery? Oh no, he didn't say slavery. Just 4 years after Columbus arrived in 1492, just 4 years later, approximately a third of those 300,000 people had been killed off or died. Oh yeah, I think I mentioned something about slavery. I've been wanting him to get back to that, haven't you? Fact is, Columbus really wasn't finding enough gold. So he got into the business of taking slaves of these native Arawak people. And he was sending them back to Spain. In fact, one time he sent 500 back and 200 died on the boat. Let's get serious. Most of the juicy stuff we know about Christopher Columbus comes from a man named Bartolomé de las Casas, which I believe is Spanish for Bart of the Houses. Man, weird name. Now, de las Casas wrote a book called The Devastation of the Indies. He was actually one of Christopher Columbus's own men until he became a priest. And he wrote that they would test the sharpness of their swords by slicing away at children's legs when they ran away from them. Oh yeah, I stuttered. Who cares? What am I trying to win, an Emmy? When they proposed the holiday of Columbus Day, I don't think anyone actually mentioned that Columbus was the first slave trader of the Americas. In fact, his own son became the first black slave trader in 1505, getting slaves from Africa. Well, in October of 1500, the governor of Spain started hearing all these stories about Columbus. It was getting back to him. So he had Columbus arrested. So therefore, justice was done, right? Oh, you couldn't be more wrong. Just pay attention. Don't go away. The king and queen of Spain pardoned Columbus, completely let him off the hook. Devil! Why would they do such a thing? He was an evil man. Oh yeah, he was making them a lot of money. There was a lot of money in slavery. Now, on Columbus's second trip to the New World, he brought cannons and attack dogs. Now, what was the purpose of the attack dogs? I bet you can guess. I know you can. What did Columbus do when a native resisted slavery? He'd cut off an ear, cut off a nose, He was brutal. Brutal, I tell you. Brutal! He sometimes had them burned alive. They didn't tell you that in history class, did they? Columbus would send out attack dogs to take the arms off of the running natives while they were still alive. Just rip their arms and legs right off. Oh yeah, did I mention the Spaniards had dogs? They would use the Arawak children as dog food. We have a holiday named after this man. Now, like I said earlier, if you were listening, there was about 300,000 people on the island of Hispaniola when Columbus arrived. By 1517, let's do the math. 300,000 minus the arrival of Columbus. 25 years later, the population had been reduced to right around 14,000 natives. Again, if you pay attention to the math, that's 25 years later. 14,000 natives, 300,000 to 14,000. So boys and girls, what I'm getting at is, one of the very first things you're taught in history in the United States is that the good old guy, Columbus, the hero, the captain of the ships, he was a murderer, okay? He was a slave trader. He was an evil, evil man. I've got more for you, but not necessarily on this subject right now. What you need to do is subscribe to One Smart Devil. It's actually not optional. We talk about all sorts of things. We? Who's we? It's just me. It's just me, the devil. I know all. One Smart Devil. Okay, so I want you to subscribe right now, and I'm going to feed you all sorts of information you're not going to get anywhere else. Well, you might get it somewhere else, but I'm going to compile it all for you right here. 6-month money-back guarantee. What's he talking about? I'm not even charging. Who am I looking at? Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe to One Smart Devil. We'll see you next time.